Major funding for KPBS Evening Edition has been made possible in part by Bill Howe Family of Companies, providing San Diego with plumbing, heating, air, restoration, and flood services for over 45 years. Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE or visit billhowe.com. And by the Conrad Trebas Foundation, Darlene Marcos Shiley, and by the following. And by viewers like you. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. I'm John Carroll in for Maya Trabulsi. The San Diego Association of Governments, SANDAG, broke ground today on 2 projects in the Mid-City area. Public Matters reporter Jake Gatta says fresh bike lanes and traffic safety improvements are coming.
SANDAG is building what they call complete streets on Orange and Central Avenues. It's part of a larger effort to connect the Mid-City and North Park neighborhoods with safe bike routes. Council President Joe LaCava is also vice chair of the SANDAG board. He explained why they're called complete streets.
The projects range from pavement and pothole repairs to buffered and separated bike lanes to enhanced sidewalks for pedestrians. All key to improving safety, accessibility, and mobility for all the users on that roadway.
The projects will also add roundabouts, raised crosswalks, and other features that slow down traffic. When complete, they'll connect to other regional bikeways on University Avenue, Landis Street, and Meade Avenue. These will help create a larger network of bike routes that connect to downtown and the rest of the urban core.
Orange Avenue and Central Avenue are key pieces in creating a mobility network that allow people to travel around the Mid-City area with greater safety without experiencing gaps in their journey.
The bike facilities on Orange will look similar to those here on Meade Avenue. SANDAG calls these routes bike boulevards. Bike advocates say they're a great option for low-traffic residential roads.
Because the vehicles are forced to slow down like they do on Meade and like they will soon do on Orange, it is a much more comfortable experience without having to have dedicated protected bike lanes.
Councilmember Sean Elo Rivera, who represents this area, said these projects will make the neighborhood more walkable and enjoyable for local residents.
Orange Avenue and Central Avenue are lifelines to this community. They connect families to schools, transit plazas, parks, jobs, and to each other. And right now, these corridors don't reflect the community's needs.
3, 2, 1.
The 2 complete streets projects will cost roughly $21 million. Construction on Central Avenue is expected to be complete in 2027, and work on Orange Avenue should be done by 2028. Jake Gatta, KPBS News.
We have a very warm pattern continuing, and the overnight relief is only coming in a limited fashion, down to 73 tonight in San Diego. Borrego Springs only drops to 82. Locked into the heat, though. These heat alerts continue until 8 p.m. Friday. Extreme heat warnings for most inland areas, and heat advisories continue for the coast. We'll tell you how close we get to record highs in a few spots like Ramona and San Diego Friday and Saturday coming up.
A new vegetation fire is burning in the Big Sur area. It's about 30 miles south of the timber fire, which has grown to nearly 18,000 acres. The new fire is east of the community of Plaskett. More now from Felix Cortez.
The last thing firefighters needed was another fire to break out in the Big Sur area. But that's what happened. Around 9:30 Wednesday morning, the Plaskett fire, now burning roughly 30 miles south of the timber fire. That proximity playing a key role in crews immediately being dispatched to the new fire.
Fortunately, with the amount of equipment that we have here at the timber incident, we were able to surge equipment in here very quickly and get an assessment on the fire. I've already heard the IC places initial orders for equipment in here tomorrow, so we're going to continue to work this fire as it continues to come out of that canyon.
The Plaskett fire is burning between the town of Gorda to the south and Plaskett to the north in similar terrain as the timber fire, steep and rugged. The firefight mostly happening from the air.
Air Attack got on scene, ordered additional fixed wing. There's currently 9 fixed wing working this incident, 6 helicopters, and multiple crews that are making their way up for structure defense and evacuations.
More than a dozen structures are threatened, and new evacuation orders and warnings have been issued for the area.
All those structures have been evacuated. We don't see any fire impingement off of the structures on Plaskett Ridge currently. We're going to continue to maintain our footprint up off Los Burros Road and continue to work from the fire's perimeter up towards those structures through the night.
Felix Cortez reporting. Police departments are increasingly using drones as a law enforcement tool, but there are also concerns about privacy. KPBS North County reporter Alexander Nguyen takes a look at the city of Oceanside's test program, which they say has been so successful they want to expand it and make it permanent.
In March, this young man assaulted a woman in downtown Oceanside. He fled on this bus. But because of the drone as first responder program, officers were able to track him and make an arrest.
This person was found guilty, sentenced to several months in jail.
Oceanside Police Lieutenant Michael Province is in charge of the program. He says this is one of the success stories. Without the drone, he says, the perpetrator would not have been caught quickly.
We would have seen another person assaulted by their activity until he was caught.
Since the pilot program launched last year, the drone has been deployed more than 1,300 times. In about 400 of those times, the drone's presence alone helped de-escalate the situation without an officer being called to the scene.
We have a lot of calls where subjects refusing to leave for like a business, like a front of a business. The drone will respond. The subject will see the drone overhead and simply leave the area because they know if they don't leave, that the business owner has asked them to leave, that officers are going to be coming.
Province says situations like that save police time and resources that could be used more productively elsewhere. Now the department wants to make the program permanent. It wants to add another drone, specifically to cover the east side of the city. That justification doesn't hold water for Seth Hall. He's the co-founder of the group San Diego Privacy.
There's a lot of privacy concerns.
He says residents have no way to know whether the drone flying overhead is a police drone or a private one.
There's not going to be anything you can do about seeing those drones. So right away it appears to a lot of people as being kind of an invasion of their privacy, even if they're near their home or out, just on the street near their home.
Oceanside Police Department addressed that concern by logging every drone flight on a website that the public can check, and they can also request the video.
If they have real concern that there's a drone that's spying on them, invading their privacy, they think there's a law violation, certainly call our police dispatch center and ask for an officer response, and that's something that either our drone pilot can confirm to them individually and say, yes, that was us, this is what we were working on, or no, that is not.
Oceanside resident Allison Lehenbauer is leery about the program too. She hadn't heard about it until now.
I think if it helps them do their job better, that's fine, but I do think that it's a lot of trust with privacy concerns.
Oceanside Police Department estimates the expansion will cost the city around $100,000. They will present their findings to the City Council next month, where the public will get to weigh in. Alexander Nguyen, KPBS News.
San Diego County released employee misconduct records this week, and within minutes, the county also announced the departure of its behavioral health director. The move comes more than a year after our public matters partner, Voice of San Diego, sued the county for not releasing the records. Voice of San Diego senior reporter Lisa Halverstadt has been investigating the matter, and she joins us now to talk about it. Welcome, Lisa.
Thanks for having me.
The county has not directly said why behavioral health director Nadia Pravara left, but could you tell us what we know now and why this departure is so significant?
Well, what we know, as you said, is that the county released an announcement late on Tuesday saying that they were releasing these records, although they weren't publicly posted. And the chief administrative officer, Ebony Shelton, said that there were concerns about, racism and sexism. That's not something that they condone at the county. And there was a need to make a leadership change, and that they're looking at, making changes and improvements. They did not specifically say why Nadia Pravara left the county. We still have a lot of questions about that, but one could surmise that the records were released. Higher ups at the county became aware of some of the issues that may have been at a department level, and they decided there was a need for change.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now that you have the records, you've learned about an alleged incident with a county administrative analyst making a racist remark. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes. So one of the investigations that was released late Tuesday showed that an administrative analyst at the county was in a diversity training session online with about 75 people, and she made a racist comment during that session. She believed that she was muted. She was not. And what my subsequent reporting has shown was that she was promoted after that incident.
Oh, okay. You requested these records more than a year ago, so what's happened?
Oh, so much. Well, first off, Tuesday was a crazy day because I was just sitting in the office having a phone conversation with a source, and all of a sudden my phone starts blowing up and I'm getting a bunch of emails. I found out that the county was releasing these records, and the county also was putting out an announcement simultaneously describing that it was putting out these records, but they didn't really explain in their announcement what was going on with that. What's been happening up to this point is that Voice of San Diego has been fighting in court for more than a year to try to unearth these records, and suddenly they came out and it seems to have created an uproar.
Mm-hmm. So the county admin officer said they're expecting additional substantiated findings. What does that tell us about the potential scale of misconduct in all of this?
Well, so my request was it was made in March 2025, and it covered misconduct records for the past 2 years. What that tells me is perhaps some things have happened since that last request, some additional investigative findings. So I can announce on this show right here, right now, that I have put in another request to try to get information about what's happened since my March 2025 request, to try to get to the bottom of what's been happening and other sorts of misconduct. But I have many questions for the county.
Yeah, I'll bet. Hopefully it doesn't take another year. We know your investigation, of course, as you're intimating, is ongoing. So what questions are you still hoping to get answers to?
Well, certainly on the case of the employee that got promoted, as I mentioned, I'd like to know, was Nadia Pravara involved in approving that promotion? Also, who were the decision makers with regard to a lot of these misconduct cases that I have been looking at, which there will be more on voiceofsandiego.org on very soon, if not already. I just have a lot of questions about the county's handling of these cases. Initially, the county said to me, you know, we're not able to provide details on what we did, but trust us, you know, we took action. But it just raises a lot of questions. And I think importantly too, I think in fairness to Nadia Pravara, we should say that Nadia Pravara only became the, you know, actual director, not just acting director, because that was a temporary post, this January. She became acting director in April 2025. Most of the investigations that I've spent the last couple days reviewing as quickly as I can, all but one of them, in fact, were conducted before Nadia Pravara took over as acting director. So some of you may remember Luke Bergman, the former director. I know he was on KPBS often. He was at the helm during that time. So I also have questions for Luke Bergman, and certainly questions, and this will come out in my additional reporting, just about how the county is caring for employees and patients at some of its facilities.
Mm-hmm. Tips to county and other officials: don't ever tell a reporter, just trust us.
Very true.
It does not work.
It makes me want to dig in more.
Of course. Thank you so much, Lisa, for your work and for joining us. Voice of San Diego is one of our partners for the Public Matters Initiative. You can learn more about Public Matters at kpbs.org.
I'm Amna Nawaz. Tonight on the NewsHour, rescue teams in Nepal search for survivors of the devastating flash floods. That's coming up at 7 after Evening Edition on KPBS.
One of the first things President Trump did when he returned to office was reinstate a ban on trans people in the military. KPBS military reporter Andrew Dyer has the latest on how California lawmakers are trying to assist those forced out.
Assembly Bill 1775 would expand some state veteran benefit programs to certain trans service members forced out of the military. It also will help them pay for fees associated with upgrading their discharge status, should the Pentagon's policy change in the future. San Diego Assemblymember Chris Ward, a Democrat, sponsored the bill. He disagrees with the military's ban on trans people.
There's no credible evidence that they are undermining readiness, cohesion, or effectiveness. We want to make sure that California is doing everything that it can to support them when Washington fails them.
Catherine Colmoose served as a captain in the Army. She testified in Sacramento in favor of the bill.
It helps bridge the gap between your military service and, living as a civilian in California.
Colmoose is a board member of Sparta Pride, an advocacy group for trans service members and veterans. She says even though the state can't change federal policy, the impact of legislation like this helps.
It makes me feel that, we have people at the highest levels who are actively thinking about us and looking out for us. Each of these pieces is small individually, but it sort of links together to make it so that being transgender, does not influence your status as a veteran.
Ward says the legislation is especially important for San Diego's military community.
San Diego has one of the largest communities of service members and transgender service members. And so, we will have a lot of constituents that are facing uncertainty right now and need to know that California is going to step up for them.
The bill passed the state legislature with bipartisan support. It's now awaiting Governor Gavin Newsom's signature. Andrew Dyer, KPBS News.
Americans are hanging out less than they used to. It's not just teenagers. The numbers show it across every age group. Ivan Rodriguez talked to a psychologist after digging into the data.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics tracks how we spend our days, and its newest time use survey found Americans are now down to just 35 minutes a day socializing in 2025, compared to 41 minutes a decade ago.
15 years ago, the younger people, 15 to 24, they had some of the best mental health, and now they have some of the worst.
Meanwhile, Gallup finds teens are spending an average of nearly 5 hours a day on social media apps like TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. Time that used to go to people, now going to screens. Marissa Franco says it's almost like we're getting fed snacks of connection instead of getting fed an entire meal.
We're finding ourselves, especially these younger generations, are finding themselves looking to fulfill that need for connection and turning towards social media, which is giving them enough of a felt sense of a connection or even distraction from the underlying feelings of loneliness that they don't ultimately hit rock bottom enough to reach out and find connection.
Franco says the ultimate cost isn't only measured in minutes, it shows up in the body.
The most commonly cited statistic, chronic loneliness is as toxic as smoking 15 cigarettes a day, which is wild because who's smoking 15 cigarettes a day? But people are spending weeks on end feeling so lonely.
If there's one thing we can do for our mental and physical health, it's finding social connection, Franco says.
It is critical. It is the oxygen that we need.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
The Library Foundation SD recommends all parents sign their children up for a library card. KPBS arts reporter Autumn McAfee shows us what kids can get with one.
Everyone knows the library is a place to check out books and maybe even get some work done. But San Diego libraries offer a lot more. Addie Hortas is the interim deputy director of customer experience for the Library Foundation SD. She says a library card opens the door to programs like 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten.
Is really working with parents to feel like they understand that reading books and to prepare their youth to start kindergarten is really essential.
There's also Do Your Homework at the Library. The program is available at 10 locations where students can get help with different subjects on certain days. If they can't make it in person, Huerta says live online tutoring is also available. The library offers programs for adults too.
Families for Literacy is actually a program that looks like it's designed for the youth, but it's really designed to support the adult learner that's learning to read.
And a library card can even get you a nature backpack filled with supplies for a hike. That's just a sampling of what's available. September is Library Card Sign-Up Month, an initiative that encourages people to get a library card or renew one for free. Horta says getting a library card is quick and easy.
So it's really primarily fill out the library card application form, go up to the service desk to get the card activated, and present like the identification if it's needed, or the parent signature, the parent permission, and then you get a library card within 5 minutes or less.
The Library Foundation SD says close to 300,000 young people have library cards. That number has remained fairly steady. But Horta says the foundation is trying to reach more people by taking the library outside its walls.
And so the library has really been doing a concerted effort to do pop-up library card registration, and that has been really beneficial in terms of connecting to communities, people understanding that the library card is for free and you can come to any of our libraries and utilize that.
Most recently, they attended a San Diego Wave game and handed out special edition cards to connect with the soccer community.
I know that we're promoting Library Card Month in September, but if you don't come through in September, please come at any time to your local library and know that the library card is going to give you access to so much more. And if you haven't connected with libraries, come back and reconnect. I promise you'll find something that's going to support your interests or your needs.
Audie McAfee, KPBS News.
The Finest released its 50th podcast episode today. It features our live event at this month's San Diego Book Festival. One place to find it is thefinestsd.org. It's a brand new site that expands on the podcast. It's your guide to the arts, culture, outdoors, food, and events that make San Diego, San Diego. Find out what's happening by date or by neighborhood. There's a lot to explore. Again, the site is thefinestsd.org.
Well, we are facing some pretty widespread heat. The heat holds. It won't be too much longer before we find some relief. Hints of relief roll in on Sunday and Monday, but it's still going to be very warm during that time frame. And we're not far from record highs, as I'll soon show you. Look out for a spotty, isolated monsoon thunderstorm well inland into some of the deserts. But again, the chance for any of that near the coastline, very, very slim. It's a little more humid out there, 73 tonight, and you can see these heat warnings, extreme heat warnings in the deep maroon, and then a heat advisory in the orange. Continue until 8 o'clock Friday evening. It's been a real hot stretch, and that continues through the day on Friday as well, and Saturday as well, for that matter. The dangerous heat is especially intense into the interior deserts, with many facing highs 110 plus in the worst of the heat there. We can see Borrego Springs is in that club there, 111 degrees on Friday. We'll be around 98 in El Cajon, Escondido 96, San Diego 85. That's very warm. Sizzling weather out there. Some areas in the southwest will be flirting with record highs. For these records here are specifically for August 28th. In Ramona, August 28th of 1981 and August 28th, 9 years ago, we hit 105. We're going to be around 100. So I know it's hot, but we're not quite to records. Long Beach up the coast, still 4 degrees shy of the record for the date. But there may be areas like Albuquerque and Grand Junction that tie record highs for the day. A little bit of relief north, but not for us yet on Saturday. In fact, San Diego, the record high for August 29th in San Diego is 88 from 1896, 2009, and last year. We're going to be about 3 degrees shy of that. So pretty hot, but not a record for us here on Saturday. Sunday, the heat does begin to back off just a smidge. I do want to mention fire danger remains a big concern here through Sunday. Wildfire risk still on the map, even though it's greater to our north. And also, surfers, swimmers, beware rough surf right through the end of August with all the traffic in the Pacific. Lots of tropical systems out there. Mid-80s through Saturday, a little less hot for the coast, and even more cloud cover into Tuesday. But inland areas, 97 Friday, back down to the mid-80s Monday and Tuesday. We're looking forward to the change. In the mountains, here we're very warm. Most of us stay dry. Could be a stray thunderstorm, and in the deserts, most of us stay dry. The bulk of the monsoon stays a little farther east. 111 Friday, but we back down to around 101 Monday, and even a little cooler on Tuesday. There are improvements. They'll be here soon. They're just not here yet. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jeff Cornish for KPBS News.
More than 50,000 fans are expected to descend on San Francisco for the 2026 Pokemon World Championships and the inaugural Pokemon XP Fan Convention. Events organizers say they're expecting visitors from around the world, and Suzanne Fan has more.
The city's really embraced this. It's kind of crazy, actually.
Crazy for Pokemon. Hundreds, thousands of fans are lined up on this Wednesday outside of Moscone West.
Welcome in, 11, 12 o'clock, and 1 o'clock badge pickup.
Greg Fortier is in San Francisco for the Pokemon World Championships.
So I'm playing in Pokemon Go, and this is my second year qualifying for the World Championships.
Fortier spends 2 to 3 hours a day playing video games.
I probably spend more time than anyone should ever spend on a video game.
San Francisco is also hosting the first ever fan convention, Pokemon XP.
It's like a mini Comic-Con just for Pokemon, which is awesome.
I believe these are our Pokemon cards. So we trade. We're here to trade kind of on the world stage.
Because of Pokemon, people have come from all over the world to see San Francisco for the very first time. This competitor is from Peru.
I'm very excited. My name is also Francisco, so it's a city that I wanted to visit before.
A Pokemon card. These guys are from Japan.
I love San Francisco.
And they're all checking out what San Francisco has to offer.
I will be also going to Alcatraz.
What do you think?
Amazing. Very beautiful. The Golden Gate is crazy.
On this Wednesday, as fans checked in and got their grab bag full of Pokemon goodies, the SF Visitor Travel Impact Summit kicked off. Mayor Daniel Lurie applauding the city's big wins.
This year alone, San Francisco welcomed Super Bowl 60, the Pro Bowl, the FIFA World Cup, and yes, this weekend, Pokemon World Championships.
Mayor Lurie said 54,000 tickets were sold for Pokemon. That's more than the Dreamforce conference. SF Travel Association applauds the big diverse crowd Pokemon is bringing.
It's a big win for us. So they'll be all over the city, which is great for small businesses and retail and restaurants. So yeah, you'll see them everywhere.
Suzanne Fan on Pokemon Heaven there. You can find tonight's stories on our website, kpbs.org. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. I'm John Carroll. Have yourself a great evening.
Major funding for KPBS Evening Edition has been made possible in part by Bill Howe Family of Companies, providing San Diego with plumbing, heating, air, restoration, and flood services for over 45 years. Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE or visit billhowe.com. And by the Conrad Prebys Foundation, Darlene Marco Shiley, and by the following. And by viewers like you. Thank you.